I'm building a business from scratch and documenting every step, every month, win or loss. Welcome to episode 1. It's week 1 and I want to take you behind the scenes as I build this business, Ironline Audio. This series is a way for me to stay accountable, a way for me to document the journey and hopefully inspire or connect with others. Let's take a quick step back. Today, we're running some Der Riese COD Black Ops 1 zombies. I might get that map name wrong. I have no clue. Anyways, I grew up playing zombies with my brothers on the Xbox 360 and decided to throw some gameplay in the background. I'm still just as bad as I was when I was younger, but that's not the point. So let's get into it. Let's talk about why I'm even starting Ironline Audio. I'm starting this business really just because I actually want my own income. I want to be independent from my family. In my current situation, I'm pretty reliant on them to earn all my income and travel and things like that at the age I'm currently at. So I just want to, if possible, a service that I can provide to others and, hopefully earn some profit off of that and be able to travel or do whatever I want with it. So yeah, you don't really need any special reason to start a business other than money. I mean, it's not the sole reason, of course, but that's how they run, that's how they operate. So I feel like that's a pretty good reason. I know I'm capable of doing this and earning financial freedom. I've tried this a couple other times. I've even told my family, I'm going to start this business, and after a week or so of trying pretty hard at it, it was actually a video editing agency, and I was actually a pretty good video editor, so that wasn't the issue, but it just didn't work out because I gave up on it. This is kind of my next thing going on, but hopefully this one will go quite a bit further than the last. What is my plan for this business and going forward? My plan right now is just, I gotta start small. You gotta just be in the right mindset of just starting small. You gotta do small steps, and eventually those things add up and you actually get somewhere. You can't really start something big by doing something big in the first day. It's not really how it works unless you get pretty lucky. Really, I'm just focusing on consistently doing as much as I can. Doing a lot of planning. Planning's important, just making small, sizable steps that you can actually do throughout the day instead of just making these plans and never executing on them. But really, planning's a big thing right now in the early stages because I'm a couple days in. This being the first recording and video and script I've ever worked on so far, so hopefully things improve from here. Yeah, you just gotta make realistic goals for the day, and when it's time to execute them, you execute it. Right now in these early stages, I'm really focused on client work, building my portfolio, starting with networking and really just being present in these communities like business and music production, which is what Ironline Audio is about, and just overall self-improvement, talking with others in the same field. Can help. Just YouTube channels like these, which I'm doing now, inspired me to make my own. So yeah, I think it's pretty important. That's a good kind of source or fuel to go off of. So if you haven't already, find a few channels that people you just like, not really where they're at or the positions you like, but how they speak, how they carry themselves, and their overall personalities, just people you wouldn't care to talk to. Where is my head at? So this is kind of a weird spot to be in. I'm pretty determined to make this whole thing work, make some income off of it. I'd be lying if I said I was confident, just based off the past and failing so much. Most likely this one won't work out as I intend it to, but that's just the game we play. So just take that fact as it is and keep going. Say it is what it is and just work as hard as you can, and eventually, that won't matter because you'll get it. This isn't just about money or building a music business. It's about self-improvement and improving my life in ways that I'm actually capable of, like learning and creating. I love creating stuff like music. I've always done that. I just like making music so much. I thought if I could earn some income off of it, doing what I like, I'd be pretty set there. I'd be pretty content with that outcome. All my other jobs I've had, I've really just hated. I haven't had many, but the jobs I have had have been pretty unpleasant, I'll say. Not of anyone else's fault, just because they're not really made for me. I like to stay pretty busy. I like to, create things. If I'm not constantly creating and I'm doing something repetitive all day, or something that just don't really take up any of my space in my mind, it's really just, I wouldn't say boring work, but meaningless work that doesn't really get along with me well, and I can't really see myself doing a job like that long term. So this is another reason why I'm doing this. Fast forward 6 months to a year from now, what do I picture? Okay. So I'm picturing my two main projects growing this channel, The Ground Floor and Iron Line Audio. I picture my two main projects kind of growing because that's when I'm going to put the most effort into. This channel, The Ground Floor, and Iron Line Audio, which is my freelance business I'm starting, where I will be in a studio remotely working on music by mixing and mastering it. Which is just terms to make it sound good. Sound good on platforms like Spotify and all that. I just turn it from, like a rough recording to the legit final product. That's kind of what I would be doing. Anyways, back to the points. If I stay consistent, maybe I could hit 10K on this channel. And I'm thinking somewhere around 5 to 7K for the Iron Line Audio channel, which I'll link in the description if you're interested. I gotta market somehow, guys. I'm in this too. Really, the main goal of this business is to help me finally buy my own land and build a house on it. This has been a big dream of mine, really, for my entire teenage years to being older. It's kind of like the big goal here, which nowadays, housing is very expensive, so it's not an easy one, but that's fine with me. I mean, just more stuff to keep me busy. Keep working at it, and I'll get there eventually. I've never really had any, freedom like that to buy my own house and build it exactly how I want it. So, I believe I'm capable of doing that. I truly do. If I lock in, and do it, I think I could achieve it, no problem. I think I could achieve it within reason. I'm not saying I will, or if I keep on this one business, I will. But I'm saying if I stay consistent, working and learning, eventually I'll get it. That's no question. And I say all these things about me, but they also apply to you too, for the majority. If you want a house, of course, lock in, start a business, work on that business, even though it might not be fun or exciting at all times, which you already know this. But I thought I'd just bring it up and say, you start too. I mean, I'm not starting this channel for myself. This is more of just like a two-way conversation type thing. I mean, I want to hear from you guys in the comments about, stuff you're starting and stuff you're working on. So I think that'd be pretty cool to hear about. Definitely drop something. I'll reply to every single one I see. This channel isn't only about business. This is just one of the videos. I'll be talking about a lot of other things in my head. One thing I would love to post about is my faith. That's a huge part of me, is my faith, and I'm looking to grow it even more. My faith, most importantly, in God, and just really right now, I'm just trying every single day, instead of consuming all this social media and doom scrolling and this just pointless consuming I'll never remember or learn from. Instead, I'm replacing that with the Bible and actually reading some chapters. I read James the other night, just replacing that negative with some pretty good positive. And I think that's how you get growth, is you just step out and you make changes like that, and you keep those permanent changes. You never turn back. Once you do something good, don't turn back. The hard part is changing it. Now that you've done the hard part, don't turn back. It's easier to maintain than it is to build, and that's very telling for pretty much everything, like business. I mean, if someone handed me a business that's $1 million in value, I feel like I don't know from experience, but I feel like it'd be easier to maintain that business rather than trying to build a business up to 1 million. But then again, if I did build that business, I would have the knowledge to maintain the other one. Going off on a kind of rabbit hole here. Really, this business isn't just about money. It's more about just working and finding something I love to do and just achieving something on my own. It's more about like character growth, just acting more Christ-like. I've always done self-improvement, really just because I've been unsatisfied with a lot of things in my life, so I've kind of forced myself to change them. I don't think that's a negative thing at all. A lot of people would say that's negative. I don't think it is. I think you see a problem and you just go at it. I think that's a pretty typical thing to do. But yeah, I'm really just starting this business off the morals of have morals. It's that simple. A lot of things nowadays, they just, they're in it for money and money only, and that's not the point. The point is to really help others, provide something. And money's not the issue. I have no worry about money, simply because I just have faith that God will provide anything and everything I need, truly. So that's no issue to me. But if I'm capable of making money, improving some lifestyles, and earning some stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and, jump in head first and go for it. I want to talk about a channel that kind of inspired me to do work, and this one would be called Why Learn. I'll have it linked in the description if I do remember. He really talks about him leaving his job, and now he's self-employed, and he does some MW2 gameplay in the back. He's a lot better than I am. But yeah, I'd binge watch those videos every night. It would inspire me quite a bit to make my own. And finally, after about a week or so of thinking about it, I was like, let's give it a shot. So I'm here. Appreciate you, Well Earned. If you're watching this, you're a cool dude. How will I measure growth and what does it look like for me? I will gauge growth is not by the numbers, but by myself. A big part of this is my own discipline and my own decisions and what I do. So if I steadily stay consistent, not out of motivation or, some people say hype or something like that, I'm just going straight at it. Really, no matter what, even if it's fun, if I'm burnt out, let's do it anyways, okay? Just go at it. It's not that deep. Just go at it. You won't regret it whenever you get to your goal. You won't regret it not being fun and it not being motivating whenever you reach what you want to reach. It's that simple. And I might be eating my words here when I get too busy in college or whatever. But that being said, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'll stick to it. The challenges of starting a business. Okay, so if I'm being real here, everything except for music production, to be real, everything besides music production feels impossible right now. Finding clients, stuff like networking, setting up a website and storefront and online products and this and that. I'm clueless about all that stuff and I have no clue how to do it. But like I was saying before, I don't know now, but I can change that. I can learn. What have I done so far that I'm proud of? Okay, there's one thing I'll say I'm glad about: acting on what I want to act on. I haven't been procrastinating, which I'm very bad at, which, while I was younger, I was very, very terrible procrastinator, just not doing what I wanted to or not doing what I should have been doing all the time. And recently I have improved a lot on that. So good on me for that, I guess. And during these times, you really gotta, notice when you're doing good and when you're not, and just hold yourself accountable for every single choice you make, whether it be, skipping a day. Sure, you can skip a day, but you gotta pay the consequence. You gotta ask yourself, do you want the consequence for, not getting further? Think, it's one day, it don't matter. Well, you stop one day, you stop a week, you stop a month, and you stop entirely. So take that how you choose and react accordingly. Going more on the fact of doing good is I've been putting a lot of hours daily into this. I haven't gotten paid anything so far. Mainly the majority of the work I've been doing is planning. I like to take these things in, reality and actually daily bite-sized chunks of work and steps I can do and polish. Everything I do, I want to be like dang near perfect if I can. Just as good as I can get it. Not 100%, but as close as I can get to it. It's taken a while to get this planning done. Like I'm working on the website. I got the Ironline audio website up. Everything except for the payment is done. So I gotta work on a solution to that. But I don't think that'll be too difficult with how many tools there are nowadays. So I'm getting pretty close to being done with that. So that's a goal hit. So we just restart. Maybe next week I'll have another goal, like getting my first 3 clients or something like that, or a networking goal, or just always be looking to improve everywhere possible. All right, to wrap this whole thing up, this has been kind of like not even a week, but I'll say week 1 of working on Ironline audio and this channel, The Ground Floor. This video is just kind of proof that I've started and I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I've said that a lot, but that's very important with anything you want to stay consistent to. You don't want to turn back after you start, keep going, just keep walking. You don't have to run, you ain't gotta sprint, just walk. If you're building something too, or just watching from the sidelines, I truly just want to say thank you for listening in. I'd like to grow alongside you guys and hear your guys' wins and losses. You guys got it. As long as you just stay at it, you get at it, guys. You won't regret it when you reach your goal. I said that before, but I'll say it again. Because you want to repeat everything in your head. I'll watch the same motivational video, or not motivational. I'll watch the same informational videos like these about finance and stuff multiple times over. Can't soak in all the information just from one listen. You got to pay attention. It's like with the Bible too. I read the Bible. I read same chapter a couple times just to really set it in and get things straight. I'm interested to see where this is next month, because I'm planning on doing these business logs monthly and maybe uploads 1 to 2 times a week. Like I said, this channel isn't strictly about business, but it's a big journey I'm going on, very different for me. So thought I would talk about it. With every video I'm going to do on this channel, I'm going to end it with a Bible verse. And today's Bible verse is pretty fitting for the topic of business today. It comes from Proverbs 16:3. And it says, "Commit your work to the Lord and your plans will be established." Commit your work to the Lord. Trust in the Lord, rely on the Lord, lean on the Lord with everything, 100% of every bone in your body, every ounce of strength you have, and your plans will be established, executed. Everything will happen that needs to happen. You shouldn't worry about these things if you have God, because God is all you need. And that's such an important verse because, we can get distracted with life and our current material and whatever relationship issues or whatever. None of that's important in the long term, okay? The thing that's important is you and your relation to God. Stay near God, stay away from trouble, keep working, hold yourself accountable for everything. I appreciate everyone who's listening right now. And maybe if I have a couple videos out by now, I'll have them on screen right now. So click on one of them if you want to help me out. Appreciate you guys for listening. God bless.